Brighten up those already bright mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin, indeed. The sponsor for today's show is The Knack. And Carmen Braden's live stream performances is coming up on tomorrow. That's tomorrow? I thought it was today.
It was.
It was? Tomorrow.
It changed.
Wait, oh, that's what changed. I saw the thing. I was like, oh, they just added a note. Oh, there's the description of the performance. No, it's actually changed till today. I don't read things. Well, Carmen.
Well, you were reading that liner.
Enjoy your sleeping in today because you're not coming in here.
Nice little teaser for tomorrow.
For God's sake.
I love working here. Can I just say that? I love you guys.
Can I just say that
the
sponsor... It does say they changed at the top. Okay, never mind.
Yes, the only thing I put in the email was there's a change from Tuesday to Wednesday.
It said, with added note. I was like, oh, there's a note now. Okay, good. It just describes the performance. Can't wait to see Carmen tomorrow. I am looking forward to it. Saw her walking on the street yesterday. I was like, ah!
I'm excited about Wednesday's sponsorship, too.
Oh, for God's sake.
To think that Megan is in recording the news right now, thinking to herself, I've got to get this right. I've got to get this right. People are relying on me.
There's some real
but she's doing something important. She's doing the news.
Other than that one detail,
you
were nailing it.
It was great.
Actually, it was amazing.
It was really good. You should be proud.
Better too many sponsors than not enough.
That's right. That's right. You know what?
We over-deliver at Cabin Radio. If you sponsor Wednesday's show, we're going to give you the whole week.
Oh, my Lord. Today's show is brought to you by Screwing Up. Mornings at the Cabin. It's not bright. It's not a bright morning. It's
not.
Quite chilly and rainy.
Yeah, that's it. You take it out of the light.
Jill screwed up right off the bat?
Yeah,
Why
really.
should you be any different?
If anything, I'm right in there with tradition at Cabin Radio.
That's right.
That's right. We have a long-standing tradition of getting things slightly incorrect on the morning show. Not in the news, but on the morning show.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Hey, if you want to go to the Knack tonight, don't go tonight. Maybe go Saturday. We'll talk to Carmen Braden about that tomorrow. Carmen, sorry to alarm you. You don't need to be here this morning. I'm a big dummy. Mandy masks. And if you know what that means, mandatory masks on city transit. That's what's going to be. Face coverings will be mandatory on Yellowknife buses from August 31st. City Council ruled on Monday, but a similar proposal for city facilities has been dropped for the time being, which a lot of people are happy about, right? So you've got, Walmart's got mandatory masks. I believe Staples is headed that way. Everyone at Staples is wearing a mask, and I think they're going to be mandatory masks soon as well.
We got a message about that they might have been. They weren't sure.
I don't think they are yet, but I mean, they're heading that way. Large retail operations will be heading that way, right? So, I mean, Walmart just said across the country, on August 12th, they just said, every store is mandatory mask. We don't care what your local whatever is.
Is Staples Canadian or American?
I don't know.
Because I think that may be a factor. Like Walmart is,
but I mean, Walmart has a Canadian, a Canadian wing.
Yeah, but if the whole headquarters,
if the whole thing,
they say.
But I don't know if they're doing that in the States though.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Well, they have too much freedom down there.
That's right. That's just, you can't take away those freedoms.
No.
Remember, freedom carries with it no responsibility.
Yeah.
You're free to do whatever you want, whenever you want. So you've seen Walmart go mandatory masks. We kind of figured this was going to come on transit. We were waiting to see what was going to happen, if it was going to be mandatory for all indoor public facilities. And then the other option was just city facilities. But the all-encompassing one is all indoor
stuff.
Public spaces. Yeah. That would include my other workplace and us, I guess, right?
Yeah, was it even private? Like if they didn't have a choice, just private businesses within the city of Yellowknife would
I think it would have been like any retail business.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was more just like city-owned public spaces like the rinks.
Well, that was part of it, right? That
was
one of the options was just like the transit and the city-owned public space.
Right.
I think the looser side of it was just every indoor building.
Yeah.
I think that one wasn't really pushed very hard, but more the public facilities.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to open up because the multiplex still isn't open, right? Or no, it is.
Yeah.
It is open now.
Well, and
so now that they're open, they wanted to go with masks to keep it.
It seemed like what it boiled down to is the city just wanted to make sure they had their bases covered.
Exactly.
Yep.
And fair enough.
Especially with school starting, they wanted to get transit in order.
Yeah.
Right? Because school's starting in next week.
Yes.
And you've had to wear them on planes for a while now anyway.
Exactly.
So
right?
That's the easiest comparison to make, right?
Yeah.
Is the only major difference between a bus and an airplane is that one is way up in the air, the other is not.
And you don't want the food on a bus.
Wait. Which one?
Well, there's an Airbus, there's a ground bus.
That's right. There is an Airbus. I've been on one.
Yes. Those are nice.
And I mean, honestly, flying in most regional settings is like being on a bus.
Yeah.
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 Just in the air.
But for the safety of the bus drivers specifically, you don't know necessarily who is coming onto your bus as a passenger. There's no protocol, taking their temperature or up to this point forcing them to wear a mask like there is on airplanes now. So I think this probably makes the most sense if they were going to mandate anything within the city. Absolutely. Buses should be mandatory masks.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's so you're going to face a $100 fine if you don't wear a mask on a bus. No idea how they're going to enforce that.
I think it's the simplest thing
story.
is if you don't have a mask on, you don't get on the bus.
Well, that's exactly right. It's like the bus driver just says, don't get on the bus. And if then they try to, then the bus driver calls the bylaw or the police.
Yeah.
And then you get your $100 fine. It's a super
and you're
easy.
on your way.
Super easy, exactly. And then it's like, here's your $100 fine. Don't worry about the mask.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you've been taxed. But I mean, super easy thing to do. I was at Walmart yesterday.
Yes.
Because it's the only place in town to get Xbox controller batteries. That might not actually be true. Can you get them at Roy's? Do you know?
I think so.
Free plug for Roy's.
Be able to
Walmart, apparently.
And Knack,
who no longer advertise for us. Well, no, Knack pays for stuff.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. It doesn't count today.
Just extra value.
That's right. That's what we bring you here at Cabin Radio. All the extra value you can handle, including pronouncing names wrong.
Whether you want it or not.
That's right. So I was at Walmart yesterday getting a couple of Xbox controller batteries because mine have petered out.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't have my mask on me. I thought I had him in the car, but there's the dude handing them out at the front door.
Right.
So I got mine on.
That's handy that they're doing that.
Oh, yeah. It's great. They're just handing out the disposable ones. Yeah. I do have my cloth ones. I've got a few, so I just have to remember to start carrying them again because we were carrying them at the beginning of all this.
Right.
And then we kind of stopped.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is there a certain level of mask you need to wear? Like, could I throw a buff on?
I think so.
You can?
I think so. Because, I mean, they're just putting, they just have disposable masks. Just the little.
Well, I think those are pretty
disposable nurse masks. They're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's basically like an air filter in your face. So maybe a buff isn't going to do it.
Yeah,
I'm going to go there today. Maybe I'll try one out.
Yeah.
See what these.
Although I did see, I think I saw a guy with a bandana on his face, which again, seeing in the middle of the store, not awesome.
Especially like black and I'm like,
it doesn't
what's
give
your
you
affiliation, sir?
a sense of safety. But anyway,
the Confederate flag on it.
that's right. Yeah, that's exactly
well,
right.
you told me to wear one.
Just celebrating my heritage. It's like, all right, easy.
I'm being safe.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, now you don't want me to wear a mask.
Make up your mind.
Stay out of the Walmart. So yeah, I mean, it's super easy to do. I mean, it's like again, masks aren't the most comfortable thing, but I mean, like whatever. I was in there for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and there's still people complaining about it. I'm not going to wear a mask.
Did you see any complaints?
No.
See anyone making?
I saw a guy without a mask though.
Oh,
maybe he had some sort of exemption.
Fair.
I don't know, but I saw some guy without a mask.
I feel like you got to flash like your card. You feel like FBI.
Yeah.
If you don't have a mask.
Well, I mean that's what was going around in the States. People
exception.
were handing like fake exemption passes.
Oh,
and
my
people were
God.
like, boom, boom,
Of course
boom,
they
boom.
were.
That's so much more work.
Yeah, isn't
wear a
it
mask.
so much more work to get a fake exemption card than to just put on a mask when you go inside for a second?
The things people will put their time and energy into.
The things stupid people put their time and energy
baffles.
into because work smarter, not harder. They do the opposite. Work harder, not smarter. So yeah, it's there you go. It's going to be mandatory on public transit.
Also, when was the
Looking
last
forward
time
to
you were
be-
on a city bus?
I mean, for here, it's been a very.
I know there's some people that use it quite often.
Yeah.
But I don't know
No.
too many people that use the city bus.
Well, fair
and when you see them drive by, there's
All right.
maybe 4 people in there.
All right, Mister. All right, Mister.
I'm just saying, there's not too many people
We get
affected
it.
by this.
You're rich.
You have a truck. We get it, AJ.
Get it. You've got your own personal conveyance.
Walk.
Just walk. Good Lord.
Yellowknife.
You have a couple of blind spots here. Let's not get into them.
Where's your scooter, bro?
Where's your scoots, bros? So yeah, $100 fine for not wearing the mask on the transit. It remains to be seen whether or not it's going to be in full public facilities. I mean, that could come right there. What it says at the bottom of the story, deleting the part of the bylaw related to the city facilities doesn't mean councillors have decided there is less risk at facilities. So, I mean, maybe still wear them if you do go to a public facility. There you go. Put on a mask. It's super easy to do and not get a $100 fine.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey, it was early. What do you want from us?
Wheeler, Lecter, and AJ, and Ollie with you on your Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday, right? It's not Wednesday? What
It
are you
is
doing?
Tuesday,
All right,
yeah.
Ollie's checking something. All right. We got a couple of special segments coming up. We got, without knowing precisely what's going on with Ollie, coming up at 8. But right now, something we do sporadically and with no plan whatsoever is the Wheel of Time. That's right. The Wheel of Time with Lecter. He selects a clip of a previous show, and we try to determine what the hell I was talking about.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but in traditional Mornings at the Cabin form,
Yes.
we completely missed a bit of an anniversary. Something that
We missed the 500 shows. I know that.
We did, yeah.
'Cause
500 podcasts. We're at 508 now.
That's right. Because when you messaged us at 6:59 a.m. to say you weren't coming in,
It just gets later and later.
Brecky penalty, by the way. I looked at the number of podcasts. We were like 508 or 503 or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, we totally missed that.
No. Just like
But
our
that's
2-year
just-
anniversary. It just blew in late.
Who cares?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the podcast. We've done more shows than that, right?
Yeah, we've done more shows
Okay,
than that,
then who
for
cares?
sure.
We've missed both anniversaries.
Yeah. But this is the documented proof.
Yeah, that's right.
what makes it exciting.
That's right. But I've told you this, that anniversaries mean so little to me. Even like Phoenix and I's 7th anniversary is coming up, and we'll probably miss it. We'll just it'll be 3 days later and be like, oh yeah,
Oh, hey.
happy birthday.
A soft tear rolls down Phoenix's cheek at home, listening to that. She goes and looks in the closet where she's hidden the $5,000 anniversary gift.
And then
That's fine.
smashes it.
Is the $5,000 anniversary gift $5,000 to put in a savings
Ooh.
account
Hey.
for a down payment on a house that's too expensive in this town?
Maybe.
Well, what are you
I hope
asking
it
me
is.
for?
You're going to
Well, you
need
seem to
more
know a
than
lot
that.
about her crying. It doesn't happen that often, okay? Lots of people cry every day.
Yeah. It's true. They do. They really do.
All right, pull out, everybody. Let's bring this uplifting morning radio. Come on.
So the Wheel of Time, as you
yes.
may remember,
Oh,
we
thank
go
God.
back and in the vault
Yeah.
and pick out a rant from the wheel,
Yeah,
which happen on occasion, periodically,
they do.
and we bleep out all the incriminating evidence
And the swears.
and the swears.
Yeah.
And you try and remember what it was you were ranting about.
I love it.
So, without further ado, Wheel of Time from August 13th, 2019.
That's a year ago. I can understand the mindset of wanting to more than I can understand the mindset of or having a
What's the mindset of wanting to...
anarchy. I can understand the mindset of anarchy rather more than I can.
I can understand the mindset of overturning cars and setting fire to the downtown more than I can understand the mindset of cleaning it. Like, jeez!
No, that is completely false equivalence. But I can understand how someone would want to do that without understanding maybe the ramifications of what they're doing, maybe. Or I can understand them just being like, you know what, I'm just going to throw everything into upheaval because like they don't understand the consequences to themselves, not just the ramifications of actually. More than I can understand, not. I can understand wanting to. More than I can understand. And throwing everything into upheaval across the entire territory. Nothing could get done yesterday, and it needs to be. Something needs to be done. Not just finding the person that did it. Like, who cares? Someone's always going to do it. Just. Oh, man. I had
a couple
it.
slight
I
giveaways
got it
there.
at the end.
There was
I
a
got
tip.
it. I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Across the territory. I'm having trouble. It was at the tip of my brain. I was like, I know what this is. And now I
For a
can't
moment, I was like,
remember
voting for Gerald Siverston. And then
just throw it all away. Just throw your vote away, toss it on a fire, and see what happens.
Anarchy.
Anarchy. Again, let's
Okay.
allow me to interject that anarchy does not mean turning over cars and setting them on fire.
Right.
Well, that's what
that's
you
a
said.
total false equivalence.
It's
he
not
said,
no,
in
no.
a hoity-toity
There's a false
voice.
equivalence between that and the other thing we were talking about, which I can't remember. But anarchy doesn't actually include those things.
Right.
Oh, right.
It can, but not necessarily.
It looks like it. Oh,
Not
it does.
necessarily.
I can't wait for the Wheel of Time where we were discussing the Wheel of Time.
Ooh, we already got a listener answer.
Oh, man.
And it is bang on.
It's bang on. Oh, wow.
Can I guess?
right.
Am I
This is what I'm
am I
talking
No,
about.
guess?
you're right. I think
Give
we're on
me-
the same
So
page.
think
Give me 30 seconds of silence.
No.
I can,
We're a
I
radio
can, I
That's
station.
can
good radio.
replay it for you if you want. No.
You guys guess. Tell me what it is.
Okay.
August 2019.
Yeah.
What were you mad about? Way back then.
You can't.
Long
The
before
city went dark.
coronavirus, we hadn't heard
Don't
of that
give me
yet.
Don't give me the whole list of what you were mad about.
I was just going to say.
specifically in
You
this.
can't nail it down to a day.
The biggest giveaway is the nothing could get done
Yes.
Yeah.
through everything into upheaval.
Including watching Netflix.
Oh yes. So that was someone cutting the fiber optic.
Yeah,
For like the fourth time that summer.
I think that was the axe cut. I think the shotgun blast was yet to come
Yeah.
at that
We're
point.
still waiting for the shotgun.
Yeah, that's right. And I still understand it, but I don't like it.
Yeah,
But I can understand why people why someone would be like, hey, let's just mess with everybody's life.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Anarchy.
Yeah.
Absolute anarchy.
I mean, that's not really anarchy.
These are your
Oh.
words. These are your words.
I mean, I guess it is, right? I don't know.
It was like 11 hours without the internet. It was chaos.
It was chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's going to happen, right? I mean, the internet's going to go out and the Russians are going to attack
Yeah.
or something. We're not going to know anything.
That's
We're
right.
not going to hear boo before it happens.
Cabin
Not even going to be
radio.
able to tweet about it.
No.
That's right. Yeah.
Look, the Russians are coming.
Tweet.
Won't even send.
I mean, Twitter is dead, man.
Nah, not for breaking news.
Not for breaking news. That's true.
If the Russians are coming, first place you're probably going to see that is Twitter.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if it's on Facebook, you're going to be like, Russians are clearly not coming. This is on Facebook.
Exactly.
If the Russians are coming, wear a mask and stay in your home.
That's right.
That's,
man.
that's all we can do.
That's the message from Walmart.
That's the message from Walmart.
The Russians are coming. Prices are going up. Stay home. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love the Wheel of Time.
It's been too long.
It has been.
Yeah.
We need to do that more often.
All right.
Well, could you just rant a little
I
more?
gotta rant a little bit more.
You're getting nicer, and it's really ruining our show prep.
Oh, I don't know what to say to that. That's really nice.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Ollie, without knowing precisely what's going on, what happened at the Ledge yesterday?
Not a whole lot.
Nay.
Very good. How long have you had that one?
Like the last 4 seconds.
Okay, that was quite good. It's quite good. I liked it.
Nay. All right, that's enough.
Yeah, the second one. Second one lost a little of the
I
edge
don't
of the
know.
first one.
Lecter laughed.
I think we jumped the shark somewhere in
That's what I
between the
do.
two.
You're an easy laugher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
17 minutes of action in the legislature yesterday, which is probably a new record for the shortest daily session ever in the NWT.
But enough to cost taxpayers $400,000.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Lord.
I think
Whoa.
it might be a slight exaggeration, but probably not by over much. So they called this emergency session, which is still got. It's not like that was it. It's not over
That's
yet,
right.
but like this is the first day of it. And the whole point of this is, of course, Katrina Knockleby last week stripped of her portfolios of industry and infrastructure by the Premier, but the Premier can't on her own kick Katrina Knockleby out of Cabinet. So while the Premier could basically leave her without any work to do as a Cabinet member,
Sweet gig.
she can't physically get Katrina Knockleby out of Cabinet. So they recalled everybody to the legislature because only a majority of MLAs can change who's in Cabinet. So you need to hold a vote and you need to get a majority of MLAs to agree to get rid of her in order for Katrina Knockleby to be moved out of Cabinet.
Now, did they do this under pressure? Because otherwise they would have to wait till regular session, which is in October.
Otherwise, you wait until October. I don't think anybody, in a situation where the Premier has decided to take away someone's portfolios, it's probably not in anyone's best interest
To wait 2
to
months.
just leave that for 2 months with you. Essentially, you're leaving the team short-handed, right?
Yeah.
Because you're then one minister down.
And she's making a bunch of money that she's not actually working on.
Well, yeah, but it's not her fault.
It's
I mean,
not. It's really not.
if you were Katrina Knockleby and you're in that situation, you just be like, well, all right, you're cool.
Nay is basically it.
Yeah, so the joke that you're making, which, of course, if you weren't following the news yesterday, you won't yet understand,
Comes in threes.
is that in order for all of this to be dealt with yesterday, so this goes to there's some pretty boring procedural stuff at the legislature, but in essence,
Make
if
it
you've got-
fun.
If you're going to introduce a motion to the legislature, like getting rid of Katrina Knockleby from Cabinet, you have to give 2 days' notice.
Yes.
Now, you could skip the 2 days' notice if everyone agrees. Now, can you think of anyone who might not agree?
Not off the top of my head. No.
No, I mean, she's. No. I mean, let's just get it over with. Right? Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, not if you're Katrina Knockleby.
What can she do in 2 days to possibly stem the tide.
Who knows? But if you're really quite annoyed at everybody and you
Yeah.
really rather prefer to just at least score whatever small points are left to be able to score, I mean, who knows how this is going to go? But
Exactly.
I can completely understand someone in Katrina's situation. When asked by the Speaker of the House, the Premier is seeking unanimous consent to deal with this now. Are there any nays?
Nay. Yeah. No, I'd throw up a nay. I'd just be like, yeah, screw you guys. Let's come back in 2 days. Oh, you guys got all dressed up for nothing, huh? All right.
It's like if we did a quick vote. Okay, guys, we're thinking about kicking Jesse in the crotch.
Yeah.
Does anyone here have anything against that?
I got to be honest. I love a good crotch kick.
That's unanimous. It's unanimous.
If Katrina Nogamy had stood up and said that, I think we'd have all quite enjoyed that. I got to be honest, I love a good crotch kicking. Bring it on, Premier.
I mean, I don't know why the ledge would be advocating for kicking Jesse in the crotch, but I mean,
I can think the reason.
There are reasons. There are private meetings being held.
Okay.
There's been less important things brought up.
I mean, what's so fascinating about this when it comes to human behavior is just how formal this all is, and she has to stand up and say nay instead of go F yourselves, you bunch of bastards, which is what you'd maybe normally say in a situation where everybody at work is like, we don't like you anymore, we want you out of here. That's fascinating. But also, the picture that's on the story, is that Katrina's normal spot to the left of Caroline Cochrane?
I was trying to think about that. I'm not 100% sure.
Or is that like the hot seat for people who are about to get kicked out?
But she was definitely there or thereabouts before. So,
while Caroline Cochrane's reading the statement about, I've lost confidence in your abilities to do your job, and you're just sitting there like...
Well, that way she could just turn to her right and go, nay.
nay.
Right in her face.
There it is. So, it starts up again on Wednesday, yes?
So, I mean, technically they're supposed to be sitting this afternoon as well. I don't know what they'd do that for.
I mean, let's get our money's worth.
Because the whole joke of yesterday was that they rushed through absolutely everything else, because you have to go through the whole order paper for every day. So, like, opening statements, like minister statements, member statements, oral questions, recognition of visitors in the gallery, acknowledgements, table...
Sango Canada just went straight to the chorus.
That's right.
Replies to the commissioner's address, all this sort of stuff. Like, you have to go through 15 different stages in the agenda, all of which were just hastily like, nope. And then we got to... Yeah, and then nay, and that's it then, I guess. And everybody stood up and left. So they'll come back to it on Wednesday. At that point, there is no naying. You cannot nay that one away. So this will have to happen on Wednesday. I mean, I assume there's going to be some sort of debate. But stranger things have happened. There doesn't have to be. If nobody wants to say anything, they could just all vote to kick her out. Now, I'm pretty sure, in fact, I know, Katrina Nogamy will stand up on Wednesday and
give a statement
and have something to say. I would be very interested to hear what that is.
Yep.
So would I.
And then we'll see if anybody else wants to say anything. Now, we've heard from a couple of Yellowknife MLAs who say they were kind of surprised by this, and they're just not sure if the Premier's gone about it the right way. Will that translate into anyone actually supporting Katrina Nogamy and actually voting for her to stay in cabinet? I don't know.
But isn't that the whole reason? Isn't that the only reasoning that we have is that she just hasn't been getting along with the other MLAs?
Well, and the Premier has mentioned things like she's questioned her professionalism, for example, but hasn't provided at any stage
context,
any examples. And the reason each time has been, confidentiality, which sadly is a complete pile of tripe. Because if you ran for office on a platform of being, an honest and transparent government, which everybody did, you cannot then say, the old traditional rules of confidentiality that the people have always worked by prevent me from talking about this. You opposed said rules, right? Virtually everybody who campaigned in the last election, and we interviewed all of them, said, we want to be a more transparent government. Yeah. Well, yeah. The reason that the previous governments were not as transparent is that they had all these rules in place around confidentiality. You cannot then get into government and say, all the rules of confidentiality. Change the rules. That was the point.
Instead of using the classic mom excuse, because I said so.
Because I said so, everybody. We could go in all sorts of different cynical views on this as to what it could expose with, breaching confidentiality.
We're not going to do any of that nonsense. No. But I find it very disturbing that the Premier of the Northwest Territories will not do any interviews.
Yeah.
I don't think that's appropriate at all. We got some sort of terrible video message at 5 o'clock on a Friday evening that was just 5 minutes of nothing on a very little-known cabinet communications Facebook page. And it just smacks of not wanting to be accountable for anything that has happened.
Yeah.
And that needs to change.
Yeah, and fueling rumors.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Yeah,
whatever
completely.
rumors
Yeah,
are out there,
exactly.
you're just leaving it wide open for us to be like, well, that's probably because of this, because this is pretty
what
fun.
What we're not going to do, everybody's doing on Facebook and extrapolating theories and whatnot, and they'll decide what they believe on their own without any other information.
It's just very disappointing because frankly, the point of being the Premier of the Northwest Territories is to be accountable for decisions like these when you take them. And if we, as reporters, cannot get answers from you, we will get those answers, but we'll just find them from other people. And then we'll make it abundantly clear that we didn't get them from the person who should be out front giving them. And it's just annoyingly obstructionist to go around firing your ministers, but to then hide behind a cloak of confidentiality that you and your fellow ministers said at the outset you would try to bring down. So it's disappointing.
Do you think when Katrina does do her speech that she will make a point of saying, this is why I think I'm being... Like, are we going to get some clarity?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. She's still got to try and work with all of these people as an MLA for the next 2.5 years.
But it's clear that it's clear that most of them don't seem to get along at all. So I mean, even if she
with each other, with her, with anyone, right
exactly.
now.
So I
Frankly,
mean, even if she does lay it all bare, the situation will maybe be worse, but kind of the same thing.
I imagine she's probably having these thoughts right now.
Of course,
as to how much do I say? What exactly do I say? And all that sort of stuff. The general, I think frankly, one of the most upsetting and important things to say is that a lot of people had issues with Bob McLeod's government, right? Justifiably so, but particularly around transparency and accountability and all that sort of stuff. But if anything, it's got worse in the opening 9-10 months of Caroline Cochrane's administration. We are definitely sub-McLeod at this point in terms of understanding what is going on and being able to get answers. And I would say that's an achievement.
And that sounds like the title of a brand new movie, Sub-McLeod.
Sub-McLeod. I like it. Make that movie poster today. Well, it's nice that they're in the midst of all this formal 2-day waiting period before they go back at it again. Like, is this the dirt digging up period where the subjected member gets to be like, well, I got 24 hours or 48 hours to dig up dirt on all these people to get them to say nay with me? I mean, I'm not going to speculate.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Just to sort of riff on that a little bit, if, and this is a very, very big if 8 other MLAs were to join Katrina Knockleby in voting down a motion to remove her from cabinet on Wednesday, which, like I say, I don't think will happen, but is technically possible, that would trigger the closest thing the NWT can probably get to a constitutional crisis. Because at that point, you then have a cabinet member who is staying in cabinet because the MLAs have not removed her, but the Premier has said, basically, I've got no confidence in her and have removed her portfolios.
Yes.
Then what happens? At that point...
She gets paid, dude. Vacation time, baby.
At that point, that becomes a challenge to the Premier's authority, and you start to look at, are we going to get a new Premier?
Yeah.
And like I say, that I think there's a very slim chance of that set of circumstances occurring, but it could. So it's not 100% a foregone conclusion what happens this week.
Wow.
But what happens to Con? Because she's my MLA. And those roads got to get fixed.
That's right.
Well, she'll still be your MLA.
I know.
Territorial politics finally getting a little juicy out there.
Oh, yeah, finally. Have you been watching?
Yeah. I have. This is the second time,
this administration, this since the election, it's been pretty interesting. A constitutional crisis. I can't wait.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
What are the end of the summer must-dos? And Lecter, you guys are going down to Fort Smith to do some paddling.
We are, yeah.
So, I mean, there's a must-do that you're doing.
Yeah. Looking very much forward to that.
Who's all going?
As of right now, just Nicole and I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not the Yak Pack.
Not the Yak Pack. Not even the dogs.
Not even the dogs.
Not invited.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is this like a planned course kind of thing? Like a whitewater deal? Or?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the idea is to check out the rapids. And, I mean, I don't...
There's a reason they don't call them slopids. You know?
There is. Yeah. Because that'd be stupid.
AJ, what do you got? End of the summer must-do.
I like to squeeze in one last camp under the Northern Lights.
Romantic.
Yeah. You got someone special in mind? Are you dating anybody right now?
Nope.
let's get into
Let's
that.
get into this.
actually.
Let's unpack AJ's love life.
Well, this
Are you seeing
turned a
anybody?
corner quick.
Yeah. I don't have any end of the summer must do's. I've done all the do's I need to do.
So are you dating AJ?
Tell us about your darkest secret. I'm not
Someone
dating.
someone told me you don't like asking personal questions. When did you lose your virginity? No, we're not going to go there. But you're not seeing anybody?
No.
So no one to take on this romantic under the Northern Lights camping trip?
Dre.
All right.
Yeah.
Trey, fair enough. No greater love than between a man and his dog.
Yeah.
Right?
He's a good cuddler, too.
He is.
He's a
I
good
imagine.
cuddler.
Yeah.
Good boy. Good
Not
boy.
that I've ever cuddled with him.
He's like a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
85 pounds, and he just falls into you.
Well, and
Aw.
he, like, I mean, I know other dogs probably do this too, but like for labs, apparently, my lab, your lab, like you can just grab onto that big, like, because they got such big hackles, they got a big, like, lots of skin around their neck.
Yeah.
Like Betty's that way too. She like hangs down, like she's got so much, and you just like she comes in, puts her head against your lap, and you just grab at that husk
Oh, yeah,
of
it just
fur and
bunches up.
skin, and you just like bunch it up and like squeeze it and twist it, and she's just like, it's great.
Dre's a big solid boy, too. I'll give him
Yeah.
big, firm pats.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
had
Me
this,
too, yeah. Yep.
I had my friend's little kid staying with me. I think he was about 2 years old at the time.
Yeah.
And
And
for
you tried
whatever,
to do that to the 2-year-old, and the 2-year-old cried
yeah,
like a
he
baby.
shot him across the kitchen. Parents were quite upset about it.
There.
No, the little kid came out and he just started basically drumming on Dre as hard as he could.
And Dre's just like,
And his dad's like, "What is going on?" I was like, "I don't know who taught him this." And as I'm saying, "I don't know who taught him this," I'm giving Dre these big pats. I went, "Oh, I see where I've gone wrong."
fair enough.
And
end,
yourself, sir?
end of the summer must do. I don't know. I don't think I need to do a camp.
Did you already do it? Was kayaking your
No,
end of
that was.
summer
I mean, there was.
must-do?
I mean, we did want to do it before the end of the summer.
Yeah.
But
What about like winter prep? You're like, "Oh, I got to get this done before the winter this time."
actually?
I like how we just blow past fall.
Yeah. Well, because there is no. Fall.
There is no fall.
Fall's a
Yeah.
dead period.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
that's
North-
right.
in
Where
North.
everything's dead. Before winter, actually, end of the summer must do is I'm trying to figure out putting a fire pit on the deck for winter.
Oh, like
Right?
a propane one?
No, like a barrel on top of some cinder blocks or something
Okay.
like that I could have a fire pit on the deck, keep the deck clear.
Oh, hope you
And,
do some
like,
research
just-
on that.
Right?
That seems oddly dangerous.
I mean, it is dangerous. It's a wooden deck.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just put it on the lawn, but that's far away, and that's
Yeah.
also where the dog poops. So
Tough.
Yeah.
I feel like I can get it done. You
Yeah.
know? If you raise it high enough above the deck, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it needs legs, I think.
It needs legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'd put it on cinder blocks and then
okay.
put the barrel on top of the cinder blocks.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I think we could do it.
Seems legit.
Just be nice to
legit.
have
Without
something, like
knowing
be able to sit
anything.
around a fire on a cold winter's eve.
I
Yeah.
hope you don't die.
Especially if we're not going to be able to go anywhere for Christmas.
Yeah.
That's a good
Right?
point.
Which is
I bought a
that's-
wall tent
But,
yesterday.
oh, that's right.
Yesterday, I pulled the trigger on the wall tent. So I'm going
Oh.
to put that up somewhere. I'm hoping to do that around Christmas.
You're just going
so
to
we
do
can spend
like
it out there
just
at
grab
New
a
Year's.
spot somewhere out in the land and do it.
the
Yeah,
squat.
all on my own because I'm lonely and have no one to love.
Well, if you
Remember?
don't,
we
well,
just
fair
discussed
enough.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So Dre and I will be out at the wall tent. But yeah, I want to do that for New Year's. So
Well, if you don't
get
put a
it set up
permanent
for
roof on something, you can literally just put
You
it out
honestly just
anywhere.
Plop it anywhere. I've got a plan to shovel out just a random little lake somewhere.
Yep.
Not the whole lake.
The whole lake.
Little area.
That's okay.
That'd be great.
Yeah. End of summer.
We'll
End
come
of summer,
skating.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
knock it off the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to shovel off a lake.
Shovel off a lake.
What exercise?
That's right. Yeah. Get halfway done, it snows.
I need a nice big pit.
Yeah.
Shovel out a lake.
Just want to skate forever.
That'd be fun.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Would be
All right.
cool.
Sounds like we got the end of our summers planned.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure out how to not burn down my house with a fire pit. AJ bought a wall tent, and you're going yakking in the rapids.
Yeah.
Yakking or canoeing?
Yakking.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
based
don't
on
know
my
if canoeing is recommended.
based on my
Rapids.
performance crossing a semi-calm pontoon lake,
It's
I
very
don't think I could go into the rapids.
I was on the same lake. It was glassy.
Okay, no, in the middle it was a little choppy.
Yeah.
Little chop.
Yeah.
Oh, chop. Don't shake your head. There was chop. How dare you? How dare you? I was actually like, as I was swimming in my clothes, I'm like, this is really difficult. I was like, I sure hope AJ and Kyle don't come by in their boat and like, you guys okay? Fine.
Yeah, you need a hand there?
Everything's
no,
fine.
good.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
you need
yeah.
a hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing like falling out of a kayak to be rescued by a guy in his own boat. End of the summer is coming quick, but it's not over yet. There's still some weekends to be having some fun. I don't know. Get out there and enjoy today's weather.
Yeah.
Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.